Good morning students, Sairam. Welcome to part 13 of chapter 3, playing with numbers. In today's session we are going to start a new topic, that is LCM or lowest common multiple. But before we start that, let me remind you that always while attending the maths class you should have a pen and notebook in your hands. Whenever I tell you something is important, you should note it down, and also the problems which are being solved in the video lesson, you should also solve them in your notebook. So it's very important that you note down all these things, and for that you keep a pen and notebook ready with you always. Now let's see what is lowest common multiple. How do we find lowest common multiples? To understand this, let's look at this example. We have two numbers here, 4 and 8. So what are the multiples of 4? The multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36 and so on. And what will be the multiples of 8? The multiples of 8 will be 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48 and so on. Now what are the common multiples of 4 and 8? Let's take first three common multiples. What are they? They are 16, 16 and 24 and 32. So these are the first three common multiples of these two numbers. Now what is the lowest common multiple? Which is the lowest of these three numbers? 16, 24 and 32. Obviously 16 is the lowest one. So the lowest common multiple of 4 and 8 is 16. Now we will discuss some important points about the LCM, and it's important that you note down in your notebook. So the first point is the lowest common multiple or LCM of two or more given numbers is the lowest or the smallest or least of their common multiples, isn't it? So this point is important. Now next point is LCM of two numbers is always greater than or equal to the larger number. Alright, so LCM of any two given numbers is always greater than or equal to the larger number. The third point, if two numbers are given and one number is the factor of the other, then LCM of two numbers is the larger number. This means, for example, if we take two numbers like 2 and 6, suppose we take two numbers 2 and 6 and we have to find the LCM. Now 2 is the factor of 6. So among these two numbers the LCM will be the larger one. The LCM of 2 and 6 will be 6. Alright. So always when the one number is the factor of the other one, their LCM is the larger number. Now next one, LCM of two co-prime numbers is equal to the product of two numbers. Suppose we have two co-prime numbers. For example, we have 3 and 5. We have 3 and 5. They are co-prime numbers. Now because their common factor is 1, so what will be their LCM? Their LCM will be the product of these two numbers, that is 3 5s are 15. Alright. Now let's move on to the next one, methods to find the LCM of given number. So how do we find the LCM of the given numbers? There are two methods. One is prime factorization method and second is common division method. So we have learned how to do the prime factorization, and let's see how we find the LCM using prime factorization method. Now let's consider this example to understand this. Find the LCM of 24 and 90. This we will do by doing the prime factorization of these two numbers. So we have learnt while doing the HCF also, finding the HCF also, how to do the prime factorization. Yes. So let's prime factorize 24 first. How do we start? We start with the smallest prime number, that is 2. 24 is divisible by 2. So we divide 24 by 2. 12 times is 24. Again 12 is divisible by 2, so again it will be divided by 2 and we get 6 here. 6 is also divisible by 2, so 2 3s are 6, we get 3 here, and 3 is a prime number, it is divisible by itself, so we get 1. So what is the prime factorization of 24? It is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Similarly 90, we do the prime factorization of 90. 90 is divisible by 2. 2 4s are 8 and 2 5s are 10, 45 we get. Now 45 is not divisible by 2, so we move on to the next number, next prime number, that is 3. So 3 can divide 45, 3 1s are 3 and 3 5s are 15, we get 15 here. Again 15 is divisible by 3 and we get 3 5s are 15, 5, and 5 is divisible by itself because it's a prime number, and we get 1. So what is the prime factorization of 90? It is 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. Now let's see what are the common factors. The common factors are 2 and 3, isn't it? And what are the uncommon factors here? The uncommon factors are this 2, 2 and 3 and 5. So 2, 2, 3 and 5 are the uncommon factors. So what will be the LCM of 24 and 90? It will be common factors multiplied by uncommon factors. Okay, the product of common factors and the product of uncommon factors multiplied, then we get the LCM. So here also we have done the same. The common factors are 2 and 3, we have multiplied them into the uncommon factors, 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. Alright, so by multiplying 2 and 3 we get 6, and 2 into 2 into 3 into 5 is 60, isn't it? And 6 and 60 when multiplied together we get 360. So what is the LCM of 24 and 90? It is 360. Now let's learn another method to find the LCM when we do by prime factorization method. In this method also we take the prime factorization of 24 as we have done, 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 like this, and the prime factorization of 90 is taken as 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. Alright, but what we do here, we look at the maximum number of times prime number is taken as a factor. So the maximum number of times 2 is taken is 3 times in the prime factorization of 24, isn't it? Here we have taken 2 3 times, and similarly the prime factor 3 is taken 2 times in 90. In 90 it is taken 2 times, prime factorization of 90 it is taken 2 times, and 5 is taken only 1 times. So we will multiply all this and we get the LCM. So how do we get the LCM? We take 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5, and when we multiply all of them we get 360. So this is another method of finding the LCM. Now let's look at the common division method. This is the commonly used method to find the LCM of numbers. This can be used for 2 or 3 or more numbers, to find the LCM of 3, 4 or more numbers. So how do we do this? For this we have to write the numbers, and we take one prime number and try to divide both the numbers or any one number by the lowest prime number. Let's find the LCM of 24 and 90 by this method. For this method, first we write these two numbers 24 and 90 in a row like this. We have to write 24 and 90 like this in a row, and we start dividing these two numbers, or if possible only one number, by the least prime number, that is 2. Here 24 and 90 both are divisible by 2, and we get 12 and 45. Now 12 out of 12 and 45, 12 is divisible by 2. So again we take the prime factor to 2, prime number 2, and divide 12. We get 6 here, and 45 we will write as such. Then in the next step again we take 2, because 6 is divisible by 2, and we divide 6 by 2 and we get 3 here, and 45 again it can be written same. Now, now we have 3 and 45 here. So, these two numbers are divisible by next prime number 3. So, we divide these two numbers by 3. 3 ones are 3 and 3 ones are 3 and 3 fives are 15. We get 15. Again 15 is divisible by 3. So, we divide 15 by 3, we get 5 here. And 5 is divisible by 5. We get 1. So, what is the LCM of 24 and 90? We simply multiply all these prime factors. All these prime factors we multiply and we get the LCM. So, what is the LCM? It is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5, and the LCM is 360. So, this is the common division method. By this method, we can find the LCM of 2, 3 or more numbers. Now, let's see some application problems on HCF and LCM. That means how HCF and LCM help us in solving the problems of day-to-day life. Here we have a problem. Two tankers contain 850 liters and 680 liters of kerosene oil respectively. Find the maximum capacity of a container which can measure the kerosene oil of both the tankers when used an exact number of times. So, what we have to do here? So, we have to find the maximum capacity of a container which also measures the kerosene of both the tankers exact number of times. So, how do we solve this problem? Let's see. The capacity should be an exact divisor of 850 and 680 liters, isn't it? Because it has to measure the capacity, the quantity of petrol in both the tankers exact number of times. So, it should be exact divisor of 850 and 680, and also it should be maximum. For this we have to find the HCF of 850 and 680. Now, how do we do that? We first do the prime factorization of 850. We start by dividing 850 by 2. So, what do we get? 2 4s are 8 and 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4 and 2 5s are 10. 425 we get. And 425 is not divisible by the next prime number 3. So, we move on to the next prime number 5, and 5 divides 425 85 times. 5 8s are 40 and 5 5s are 25. Again 85 is divisible by 5 and we get 17. 17 is a prime number. 17 divides itself 1 times. So, what is the prime factorization of 850? It is 2 into 5 into 5 into 17. Similarly, we do the prime factorization of 680. We start by the lowest prime number 2. 680 is an even number. It is divisible by 2 and we get 340. 340 is again divisible by 2. We get 170. This is also divisible by 2. We get 85. 2 8s are 16, 2 5s are 10. And 85 is divisible by 5 and we get 17. And 17 divides itself 1 time. 17 ones are 17. So, what is the prime factorization of 680? It is 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 17. Now, let us see what are the common factors among these. So, we have the common factors as 2, 5 and 17. Let us multiply them to get the HCF of 850 and 680. So, 2 into 5 into 17 is equal to 117. This is the HCF of these two numbers. So the maximum capacity of the required container is 170 liter. So it will fill the first container in 5 and the second container in 4 refills. Alright. So this is the way we solve the problems of this kind. Now we have another problem. In a morning walk, 3 persons step off together. Their steps measure 80 centimeter, 85 centimeter and 19 centimeter respectively. What is the minimum distance each should walk so that all can cover the same distance in complete steps? Children, I am leaving you with this problem. You note down this problem and try to solve it. We will discuss this problem in our coming session.